Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first series in the Lockin, where we're going to be checking in with some FCRA players, maybe checking in with some non-players to see how they're getting on. And I'm happy to say the first one on the show, Freddy Green, first team captain now, legend, all-round good bloke. And yeah, welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
Very well, Ben. Yeah, very well, mate. Very excited to be the first guest on your.
I feel like you should be pretty privileged, mate. It's a pretty highbrow show. I mean, there's gonna be thousands of people watching. So, I talked to your agent, and I managed to sneak you in your busy schedule.
Oh, you're very fortunate. I'm on House of Rugby next week, on the Rugby pod the week after. So
yeah, I know. We've squeezed you in first, which is obviously testament to this show's huge reach.
Boom.
Yeah. What have you been doing there, man? What's been keeping you busy?
Yeah, well, pretty much like everybody in lockdown. Not a lot, really. Like it seems to be. I mean, I'm sure everyone's the same as well. It's just quizzes, like just constantly. I've got like 5 weekly quizzes now, so it's just most of my time is just learning ridiculous facts which I don't need to know. And then other than that, just pretty much like everyone else as well, like just getting pissed on my own on a Friday night, which is
it's a self-help episode, actually. We're going to go into Fred's demons how he's been getting wasted every Friday. It's supposed to be uplifting, mate.
But yeah, man, like, other than that, it's funny with the lockdown coming in. Everyone was worried about putting on them lockdown pounds, but I think it's a lot of it. A lot of the boys at the club, we've used this opportunity to have a very early start in pre-season, which is really exciting. And everyone's been posting in our WhatsApp groups the workouts are doing. We're having weekly challenges. For example, we had one this week, which how many burpees can you do in a minute? And the leader at the moment is 25, I think. Our inside centre, Charlie Patihas.
And how many kgs is he? What's he, over 100? I mean, I feel bad. I'm a part of this group, and if I don't beat him, I'm going to be so upset. Imagine that. Yeah, I did less burpees than our outside centre, who's 110 kgs. So hopefully come in and destroy him there.
Yeah, I mean he'll enjoy this chat, but man's got he's got
he's our Brad Barrett.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, his skill set is get ball, run out defender, so it's well in his wheelhouse, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a obviously difficult period for loads of people, and especially at the club. I mean, I'm lucky enough at the moment to still have my job, which is awesome.
True,
That's been going well. But at the club we had a lot of people being furloughed, made redundant, and it's a very difficult time. So trying to keep that club community spirit together has been quite important, I think.
No, I've definitely felt that with the quizzes and the WhatsApp group we've got going. It is quite nice, but I've been doing a lot of stuff that is a complete waste of time. Like find myself watching old rugby games. Like I watched the Wales-England game from the 2003 World Cup. Not sure why.
I mean,
it's an obscure game. Not going to lie to you, but yeah, probably need to cut that out.
Was that a good game? Wasn't that just wasn't it really tight?
It was the famous, do you know the Jason Robinson try with the jink in? I think I watched the whole thing just for that. But mate, the stat, you remember it in your head, like as a kid growing up watching those games, you're like, oh, they're incredible. Go back and watch it because it ain't amazing. They pour 8 people into the breakdown. I've never seen Matt Dawson throw so many jump passes. I forgot loads of it, but no, it's pretty good to go back and watch.
It's awesome watching games from the archives, which is from the 80s and the 90s and stuff.
Yeah.
They're just not. I mean, obviously they were best in their sport at that time, but just they are not athletes. Some of them.
That's what Bob Dean does week in, week out. He just watches those old games and he's writing notes like, this would be good for training next week.
Back in the day, he had 7 teams.
He's like, definitely. That would definitely work in today. Yeah, that would be perfect.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Apart from that, just the usual Netflix. I'm getting blisters on my thumbs from playing too many video games. But yeah,
nice.
Other than that, same as everyone else, really.
Chog. And a little announcement during lockdown. New captain for the first team. You happy?
Yeah, man, absolutely buzzing. I mean, so it was probably good to acknowledge outgoing captain Barney Barnes, Barney Barnes, who's done an amazing job over the past, I think it's 4 seasons now. he's been someone who's really has like kept the club together at times when we've been, losing players, having really, going through periods of poor form, and he's been, an insanely committed captain, I'd say as well. Like I think, he's every training session, every game, he's there. So yeah, excited to kind of build on what he's left at the club. He's still remaining the player, which is exciting, which is great to happen. So yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing. I mean, we've had a couple of poor seasons in terms of results, which has culminated in a couple of consecutive relegations. But it's an exciting time with. I mean, you manage the Instagram, Ben. We've had like most of our first team players and more to come committing to next season. So we're keeping our team, which has got a really, really strong core. And we have some young guys coming in, which is really exciting too. And and then it's, on to whenever rugby season resumes and pre-season can start, exciting, getting people down, recruiting. And, that's the thing, it's just building and everyone's in it together and, making sure we get that promotion this year.
Oh, we picked the right captain because that media answer was on point. I'd like to thank the old team. I'd like to thank the new team. I'd like to thank everyone, please.
Oh, yeah.
Mate, your media training, the money we spent on your media training was well worth it. That was a fantastic answer.
I mean, I would also put a caveat that I am the captain now, and if you piss me off, you're out of the team. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool. I'll bear that in mind. But no, also good to see that Matt's be coaching next year as well. I think that would be really, really good, and there'll be some good consistency coming through. But no, it's definitely good to get everyone committed. But when it came out that you were captain, I was a bit dubious. I thought in my head, what does a captaincy really represent? You've got to lead from the front. Obviously, you do that a lot, but key to captaincy, I think, is probably, as you agree, like decision making. And I just pulled out of the locker one of the decisions you made in the game we were playing. And I was like, oh, is that representative of the captain we won? And I've obviously got a rinse you on the new show. So I think we were on our 5 metre line and we've been hammered by pressure, like hammered. And we managed to win a penalty and all the lads are just like patting each other on the back. We've nailed it. And I just look in the corner of my eye and you've just got the ball. And I was like, what's it doing? What's it doing? I can see your eyes alight with excitement. And as you just tapped and went, knocked it on, they picked it up and scored.
Yeah, so I mean, everyone makes mistakes, Ben. At the time, I felt the impetus.
I think you've grown. You wouldn't make that mistake again. You've grown to your captaincy.
Right. But I just want to reaffirm at the time, mate, I was pretty. It was on. It was
100% on. I thought it was on. Just the execution need getting a bit better.
I quite rightly got a tick of the day for that. And I mean, essentially, it was a poor season, but I essentially got a tick of the season for that era.
I think we were getting absolutely smashed anyway, so it didn't really matter. But
3 years ago, and you're still holding that on me?
Yeah, oh mate, 100%. I'm like an elephant. Long memory. Yeah. Right, talking about rinsing teammates, would you like to play the players quiz?
Oh, I'd love to play the players quiz.
So basically this show is about ripping off other shows without actually mentioning those shows. So we're ripping off another show here, but that's absolutely fine. No one's going to worry about that. Just a quick couple fire questions, and you got to say who in your mind that player is. So we'll go first off, longest in the shower.
Gonna go Craig Metcalf. Yeah, it's suspiciously long. He's often first in, last out.
Yeah, I was going to say Vinny because of Vinny always longest in the shower.
Yeah, I will add Craig often stands towards the end of the shower line, and he's often
longest in there as well.
Yeah, weird.
No, I can't rate that. Worst taste in music.
Well, I imagine in the rest of the series, everyone's going to name me because I worship, the overseeing overlook, the black overlord, Satan in death metal. However,
Japanese death metal, isn't
it? Oh yeah. Hey mate, it's an evolving genre. Worst taste in music. That's a good one. I mean, I'll tell you, I'll go off piste a little bit. Best taste in music is Big Willie Valentine. Oh, he can put out some. Yeah. The worst taste. I'm gonna have to pull him out as well, and he plays some bad tunes at the clubhouse in particular, not in the changing room, but Max.
Yeah,
Max, he can play
always
some horrendous
awful tunes. Never seen a bar empty so quickly when he like scuttles to the back and tries to get the vibe going. Awful. Yeah, 100% him.
It's cheesy, but not the good cheesy. Do you know what I mean? That's where he comes into his own.
It's like the 3 a.m. at the end of the night music, but 9 in the evening. It's just not got his time wrong. Next question.
Yeah.
Next question. Not allowed to say me. Worst Barnet. I mean, this is fine. This is a nice Barnet. You're not allowed to say mine.
All right. Well, I mean, obviously you, but I'm saying you. I mean, I was going to say Keegan, but he's just amazing.
That's a main. That's an incredible main.
Yeah. Worst Barnet. I tell you, and he's not going to like this.
Yeah.
Jack Kellaway.
It's shit Barnet.
It's dead hair. It's just dead. Doesn't do anything with it. It's just there, and it's like it's a Lego head. Really, it's not. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna. He's not gonna like that, but yeah, Jack Kellaway.
I think that's fair. He's the type of bloke who goes into the barbers with his driving license and says, "I want that again." That's the type of Barnet he is.
Same again.
Yeah. Worst dance moves.
I'm gonna again go off piece and say the best dance moves I've seen is Charlie Patias can do a pretty gnarly.
Oh, I have seen that worm and it is fantastic.
It's a good worm.
I've seen that worm. That is good.
Worst.
But now we want you to dig people out. I'm not looking for praise.
Yeah, sorry.
To dig people out here.
Worst dance moves. Can I say Barney? Can I say Adam Barnes? I think I've seen him dance, but I mean,
it's just a kind of like drunken shrug of the shoulders, isn't it?
Exactly, but he's a big man, and big men very rarely
move well.
Exactly, right there.
Apart from Charlie with that worm. That's the only thing I can think of.
The only exception.
And Vinny. Oh, Vinny can move, but
Vinny can move.
Exception.
Yeah. What's that? You're in the Goonies. What's it called? Where that little fact?
The truffle shuffle.
That's Vinny's dance move.
He's not gonna like that. But moving on. Biggest lightweight.
Oh, there's a few.
I think it has to be Little Josh.
I mean. Yeah, I mean, from previous seasons, from previous squads, Little Josh was ludicrous. Also, and I'm not sure if he's going to see this, but Jamie Burfitt, you remember him?
Jamie.
He was
strong.
But in the current squad,
because he played Ring of Fire and he was just drinking again and again and again.
Do well. In the current squad, just because I've seen him absolutely smashed.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say he's a lightweight, but he goes hard. It's going to be Ralston Langmead, mate. I mean, I've seen him in some states.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say he's a lightweight. He's the one I've seen in some
the worst state.
I would also say honorable mention to Craig Metcalf too. He can. Yeah. He gets boozed pretty quickly.
Worst trainer.
I would honourable mention to Ralston because although his critiquing can be extremely valuable sometimes, and he's frank and honest, he can be the biggest moaner and so negative in training. However, I've got to say sometimes we do need that. Jack Kellaway again gets a mention.
I think that's the prime one. I've never seen a man not want to train but consistently turn up to training.
And then also, do the goods on Saturday as well. To be fair.
No, fair enough.
Be off.
He'll like that as well. We should take that out. Get someone to edit that out because that's not coming out. Can't have him lording that over us.
Yeah.
Worst wardrobe.
I'm gonna go Keegan just because I mean this is a controversial choice, but man, he wears a bucket hat quite a lot.
Yeah, that wavy garms, man.
Yeah, I really hate bucket hats. I can't be dealing with it.
Mate, I think that's a wavy garm. I think that's a good one. Worst celebration you've ever seen?
Parker when he scored this season. He just didn't know what to do, and he was his try essentially picked it up from the base of a rock a few meters out, just fell over on the line.
Like a seal.
And he was so knackered. He couldn't really do a lot apart from just slowly trundle back to the halfway line.
That's fair. Player with the most unpaid fines.
Vinny.
Yeah, 100% Vinny. I mean, if you said anyone else, I doubt if you ever played with us. But yeah, 100% Vinny. Never seen the man put his hand in his pocket, but that's fine. Most likely to be a coach when they're older.
That's a good question. That I mean, I'd definitely be keen to coach at some point, but probably Barney. I'd say.
Yeah, I agree. Adam,
coach. Yeah.
Adam Barnes, coach and surrogate father for many of us. Biggest sap at the club. Biggest sap.
What, as in like kind of coach's pet kind of thing?
No, as in kind of like saps a vibe, saps an energy. You
They're
here again. They're a sapper.
This is a hard one. I can't think of. This is a hard one. I don't want to be too mean to anyone. You know what?
No, we want the mean vibes. No, I know what you mean. I think Ralston's got to be up there.
I mean,
on a wet Tuesday evening, you get sacked. On a night out, decent, but on a wet evening, sap.
Yeah, that's the thing. He can vary from incredibly entertaining to sap. I'd say, or even to be honest, there's a guy called Jack Calloway who is also a massive sap as well. I'd say. Yeah,
Jack Calloway in the background, the absolute sapper, just picking up his 20s. Yeah. He's keen for it. He's keen. Yeah. Final one, worst nickname at the club.
Well, Barney's trying to introduce a nickname for me at the moment. You may have seen. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but he's trying to call me Flipper because we were doing a circuit the other day and I flipped a tyre, and he's trying to call me Flipper now.
Okay, so he can be entered into biggest sap for that terrible, terrible banner.
But worst nickname.
It's got to be Squishy for Jack Calloway, isn't it? Squishy.
Squishy's a good one. Yeah, let's go for Squishy. Squishy's a good one.
Squishy. I like that. Well, you've made a lot of enemies with that quiz round, so hope you're brief.
As I said, fucking dead man.
Jack's not pleased.
As I said, I am the captain now, so
you can do what you want. Cut who you want. Final round that we're going to do. It's the Fantasy 15, and this week we've gone for Simpsons characters, which I think will be quite jokes. Do you want to give us your front row? I did give you time to prepare this, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I've gone for a front row of comic book guy, pretty standard, heavy set. Won't be moving him back very far. Hooker Nelson.
Yeah, 100%.
Just because he is, he's angry, he's mean, like he's small, but you can tell he's hench, right? Homer.
Yeah. He's got a good bit of, yeah.
He's a main man, but you know he's not going to do it anywhere else but the front row.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go into locks or?
No, I'm going to go with my front row. I think huge amount of choice in that series. Like look through the characters, I'm like ridiculous amount of choice. So I've gone for fuck knows what tight head or loose headers. Don't really know what that means. So I've gone for Homer, but you know that episode where he puts on loads of weight so he doesn't have to go to work and he has to end up wearing a dress.
I do remember that.
But that's the speciality. Yeah, for the number 2, kid who was around like, I'm full of chocolate. He's quite big and he seems quite mobile and he represents, and he's kind of like our current hooker at the moment, so that's quite nice. And for the other prop, I've gone for Barney, big heavy set lad. I'm not going back.
Yeah.
Well, who's your 4 and 5?
So, you wouldn't understand this because you stay away from scrum like it's play. But you know,
the locks to be abolished.
The locks have got to have an understanding, right? And who would better have an understanding than 2 twins? So I've got a Patty and Selma.
That's strong. I've also gone down that line because I've gone Homer and Marge. I thought that relationship bonding would be great. And also, Marge has got a hell of a leap on her. Hell of a leap. So one episode she did a front flip. So she's my number 4, I think.
Fair enough.
Who's your back row then?
So this is where I spent probably the longest time deciding.
Classic.
So blindside, I've gone Chief Wiggum.
Chief Wiggum is a big shout.
Mate,
big shout. He's your front. He should be in your front three. Love to know your rationale around this,
mate. Because he's you missed my pun there, but he's policing the breakdown. He's making sure no one's getting over that ball. Open side, just angry man, groundskeeper Willie. He'll go get that ball for you, and he will take no prisoners on it. And number 8, I've gone for. I mean, you put him in the front row, but I've gone for Barney just because I think he's, no one's stopping him when he goes on full tilt.
Agreed. My number 6, I've gone for like mean, hard men because I think you need hard geezers as your back row. I've gone Socio Bob, deadly, and a bit of a lunatic, which is what I want from 6. I've gone for 7, Nelson, again, real reasons. Bit of a nutter, quite heavily built. And then I've gone groundskeeper Willie for my number 8.
Yeah, good
big
job.
geezer, isn't he? Just a big unit. He will definitely be running people over. And he's Scottish as well, which I think adds a little bit of something.
Yeah.
Who you gone for your, let's go 9 to 13.
Yeah, all right. So I've gone number 9, Mo, just because I think he's quite wily. He can get through gaps. Also, he's got a lot of chat on him as well. He's a bit of a chatter, right? And he's a bit of a he moans a lot. 10, I've gone for Mr. Burns, just because he's pulling the strings. He's pulling the strings. He knows what's going on. 11, I've gone Santa's little helper, just pure gas, right?
He's strong.
Quick.
Yeah.
12, I've got 12 and 13 again, similar to Locks, need the understanding. I've gone for Lenny and Carl. They've got they're both got. I assume both of them have got gas. They're probably quick, and they have had the understanding. They know where they're going to be in defence.
Yeah, I think that's a good link up, good relationship. Who you gone 14 and 15? Let's do
so 14, I've gone Bart, just because I think get him on a skateboard. He's quick,
rapid.
He knows what he's doing, and he's quite small, so he can probably get through those gaps. Maybe a bit like Jack Knoll. Sorry, Jack Knoll.
Because he's definitely going to be calling us later, like, bear the phone what you said about me on the podcast. Remove my sponsorship, Red Bull haven't worked.
15, I've gone for Sideshow Bob. He's tall, lanky, good. I assume he's good under a high ball, and not unlike our current 15 at the club, he's got an awful hairstyle, and he's
there you go. You had to do it, didn't you? You had to throw shade.
There you go.
For my backline, I've gone Bart at 9 because he's small, as you say, he's got a big mouth, kind of cunning. And then for number 10, I've gone for an obscure Simpsons character, Troy McClure. Do you remember him?
No idea.
Basically, didn't do a lot, big poser, didn't really make a big impact, but always seemed to be fresh, clean, looking good. That's my number 10. And then I've gone for 12 and 13 is the sister combo, the twins. And then I've got 15, Santa's little helper. 11, Itchy from Itchy and Scratchy.
Oh, yeah.
Pure gas on the wing. Pure gas. And then 14, I've gone for Otto, the bus driver. Bit of a cool geezer. You kind of like him, so you want him in the team. He's not very good, so you put him out of the wing, and he doesn't seem to bother anyone, so he's doing all right. So there's my team. And manager, I went Mr. Burns. Pulling the strings.
That makes sense. I've just remembered. I mean, that's a good backline, mate. I mean, I've just remembered someone who is missing from both of our teams, who was definitely an asset. Duffman would be sick on a team. Can we not have sponsor Duffman? Sponsored by Duffman. Are you writing this team down?
Yeah, I've got to post it on socials later, mate.
Fair enough. Awesome.
Yeah, I go. He's quite sad though sometimes. Duffman. I think he's a bit of a boozer, but he'd be good for a team. I like our teams. I think my team would beat your team though. I'm gonna back myself.
I don't know. I think my team's got more. It's got more weight in the forwards. I'd say. I think I think your back line's probably quicker.
Pound for pound, I reckon your scrum's going over mine. But no, I like it.
Yeah.
Smashed it. Well, mate, thanks very much for being the first guest on our The Lockdown Show. And I'm sure we'll catch you up soon, man.
Happy to do it, mate. Awesome. Well, take care of yourself and chat soon, bud.
Yeah. Cheers, bud.